In this video, we're going to teach you some tips that you can utilize to day trade while maintaining an office job. What's going on, everybody? We are back with TradeUI, and in this video, we're going to show you some trading tricks that you can utilize while maintaining an office job. The reason we want to get this video out to people is because we know that a lot of people want to get into day trading. However, they have an office job they have to maintain, and they have a career to feed their family. We get that. We understand. We're not telling you to quit your day job and go right into trading. But if you are in an office environment, this does give you the access and ability to get into some day trades that you might see throughout the trading day, because it's not all just hyper-focused tick by tick. All you have to do is find great option flow to give yourself an edge and get into a great position at a great time during the trading day. And guys, we're going to show you just how simple that is, all right? So what I have over here is TradeUI, where you can filter out by option flow. And it's important to reference option flow when it comes to fighting day trades, especially if you can't do a lot of hunting in the pre-market, because you want to see where money's flowing into. That way you can learn how to react and take trades. Understand that you should not just rely only on option flow. Reference technical analysis. If you have a minute, read what's going on in the stock to make sure that this is actually a valid call option. However, understand that you can piggyback off short-term trades to help give yourself a quick reference to where the stock's going to go, either up or down in the short term. So what I want to do is actually show you what I set up for day trading throughout the trading day to see if there's a good filter for you. So what I want to do is actually look for people who are opening positions. So I'm going to ask. The days to expiration, I set them a max of 21 days. This tells me this is more of a day trade or a short-term trade. I want to only focus on stocks when it comes to underlying. And then I like to focus on calls because I like to buy positions. I don't really like to go short. I always like to go long. That's just a personal thing for me. So I look for call positions. And I set a minimum premium of $50,000 because throwing $50K at a day trade, that's a lot of money, especially in options. So that tells me that somebody's seeing something that I need to pay attention to. And when I go down here, it'll populate all the top flow throughout the trading day. In real time, it's going to populate right here a list that's going to come up when it comes to option flow that's coming in. As you can see, at 4 o'clock the other day, NVIDIA had some call activity. This is in the after hours, so we have to usually reference this data. But the good thing about referencing it now is we can show you the results of the option flow. So a couple of things I want to look at here is I want to see what's had a couple of calls that's a little unusual and non-traditional stock you see traded all the time. That tells me it's a little more unusual and you might see some good activity there. But always reference that if you see a big out-the-money contract coming in, maybe it's like 2-3% with like 5 days till expiration, you're like, hey, that's pretty bullish. I need to jump on that. But you learn as you practice with this stuff, right? I recommend you read the option flow and you check the charts in real time to see how they progress throughout the trading day. But what I want to do is actually on right here is one that caught my attention. The reason this one caught my attention, these had 5 days till expiration. They were both roughly at $60,000 a piece, and it looks like they were just in the money at $76. So if I go over to my chart here and I type in on, you can see how the chart, it went down then up in the trading day. But if I go back to the option flow, guys, remember that this came in at 146. Both of these came in at 146, which is a big red flag you need to see. When you see two contracts like this come in at the same time and if they're exactly the same, that means this is one trade that had to get broken up, which is very aggressive, telling us, hey, someone is bullish on right now. So if I go to the chart and we look at 146, you can see that activity happened, I think, right here at this candlestick right here, this green one right here. If I zoom in, it happened right here. Oh, nope, it happened 46 right here. It happened right here, and then we ran up right after that. But not only did we go from 76.84 to 77.13, we kept running throughout the trading day and went up to nearly $78 a share. The fact that you could have captured a day trade at roughly $77 if you would have bought the stock instead of the option contracts, you would have made $1 per share. That is super bullish that you could have taken advantage of that, and with the right amount of shares, you probably could have made more than what you usually make on a day trade. So what I would do is utilize this and understand that this is a good example, but there's multiple stocks out there that follow this same setup, guys, right? Remember to always reference technical analysis, but you can use this at any time, you know? if we want to look at, I'm just going to look at a random one here. Let's look at, let's see. Let's look at Meta. All right, Meta is one of the larger ones that usually gets traded, but let's see what happens, see if we see anything unusual. All right, look at 1126, what happened. The same contract, the same order got broken up. You see where the DT is the same, the expiration date's the same, the strike's the same, and it's a big order that got broken up. That's bullish, guys. So we want to see that. Looks like someone was bullish on Meta the next 20 days at 11:26 a.m. on the trading day. So if I go to Meta, let's see. Meta comes in 11:26. 26. So right here's when the action came in. We did dip lower, but right after, guys, look what happened the rest of the trading day. Let me get rid of these lines here. You can see that the rest of the trading day, we actually ran up to about 522. And these guys, they got in at right 516.72. So they actually made about, I think that's 16, 17. That's like $5 a share that they made on Meta. Now, that's 1% on the stock, but still, when you make 1% on a day trade, you're doing really well. But guys, that's just how easy it is. And just to show you one more thing here, let's look for one more just to put the nail in the coffin. I usually don't like just trading off of one contract. I see the Comcast one here. I usually like to see a couple of them stacking. That way that tells me it's multiple orders at the same time. It helps give me that conviction that that did happen. So let's go to Dell. Let's see what happened with Dell. I think they had earnings. Okay, so they had the 120 strike. Both of these were not the same order because the time difference is so far off. So something I probably wouldn't have looked at. However, we can see that, let's see, they targeted 120 it looks like. And if we go over to Dell, I think I have some lines drawn up from this one the other day. Yeah, I have some drawn up. Dell, they got it at 1043, which was right here. We had some call activity coming in, and that was a big winner because they got in there. And then it looks like at 11:05, another bag holder came in, and it looks like they bought right here, and a big spike to the upside. So it was interesting that we did see that, especially because it is an actual earnings trade. Remember, earnings was the night before on that stock. But guys, understand that these were 3 quick positions we were able to find because we have our option flow filter set up to here, and we're patient and we're waiting on the right setups. What do I mean on waiting on the right setups? I mean, wait for option flow that comes in this multiple orders for the same strike. You just need 2 and it's multiple, guys. All right. And then see where it's setting up on the chart. Is it the low of the day and then people are starting to buy? Hey, that tells me that if this is a larger cap stock, this might be a little discount to trade on, and I can get in here and hold for a few days probably. But guys, you saw the days till expiration. It was very tight. We didn't want anything past 21 days. And we wanted to see bigger money coming in. We want to see at least $50,000 traded because if they're buying short-term contracts at $50K a contract, that tells us, all right, someone's an aggressive buyer thinking that something's going to the upside, or someone with a large bankroll, and they got to a large bankroll doing one thing, and that's trading this system. But guys, if you want to check out TradeUI for yourself, go ahead and click that link in the description below. That way you can be part of the TradeUI family. We've got a discount code for you for 10% off. Highly recommend you check that option flow tool out as well as the other tools that we have available.